This video is a quick rundown of what you need to include with your application to studio production at Purchase College. Your portfolio should include audio production work you've done to date. We use this to see how you've approached making music so far. If you don't yet have a body of work, it would be a good idea to start putting some material together so we can get an idea of where you're at right now. Your portfolio can contain recordings of real instruments, it can be made entirely electronically, or maybe it's a combination of both. The choice is yours, and any and all genres are welcome. Some ideas of things that you could include are a song of your own that you recorded and mixed, something that you recorded and mixed for a friend, maybe some sound design or audio work that you did for a short film, maybe some sound or audio design you did for a video game, or maybe a podcast you worked on at school or as a personal project. If you recorded it and somebody else mixed it, that is to say somebody else set the balance of the instruments, applied processing, EQ'd everything, and maybe exported the final stereo file, we need to know that. Likewise, if somebody else recorded it and you were the one who mixed it, you should indicate that too. We need to know that you're working on audio engineering, and we want to hear your approach. Your resume doesn't have to look like Trent Reznor's. It should just contain relevant experience. If you recorded a friend's album in their garage, or you've been making music in your bedroom as a solo artist, include that. If you happen to land a big internship, or maybe you worked on the crew for an artist or theater production, include that too. The resume provides us a picture of what you've been up to and gives us a way to learn a little bit more about you. You can also include performances, awards, extracurricular activities, and volunteer work if it applies. The recording layout will obviously vary based on the kind of music you're submitting. If you recorded a 5-piece band, we'll want to know about the room dimensions, microphones used, maybe some of the processing, and any other information you might feel is relevant. If you're submitting electronic music, it may look more like synths and samples used, the effects and processing you chose, and so on. Let's look at an imaginary student as an example. Lisa recorded an indie rock song. She recorded in Logic. All the instruments were recorded in her living room. The approximate dimensions are listed. And she used a Focusrite 4i4 audio interface. She includes a mic list, in this case the CAD Stage 4 drum mic kit on snare, kick, and overheads, SM57 on guitar and bass amps, a Rode NT1A on acoustic guitar, and the same Rode NT1A on vocals and backup vocals. Lisa also used a variety of EQs on all the instruments. You might feel inclined to list what they were, say TDR Nova's free version, stock Logic EQ, or the Son EQ free edition. We also see that the stock Logic compressor was used on drums, acoustic guitar, and vocals. The student also included the information that she used the free Klanghelm IVGI plugin on the master channel for some color. Let's look at another imaginary student, Dante, who wrote something completely electronic. The music was entirely composed and mixed in Ableton. The drum kit samples were stock Ableton kits. Dante added the Ableton Drum Bus plugin for Attitude. All strings were from the freeware Spitfire Labs plugin. Synth leads were made in Helm. The synth pads were made in Zebralet. Dante used the Valhalla Supermassive plugin for delays and reverbs, and also added Crush by Tritic to the pads for some added texture. All the compression and EQ were Ableton stock plugins. Cover letters are where you can tell us more about yourself in words. It should be brief, about 1 page, and that includes name, address, and contact info. When writing cover letters, whether it's for college or for a job application, it's a good idea to not only talk about yourself, but about the place that you're applying to. It might be helpful to stick to this kind of an outline. Start with your name, address, and contact info. Introduce yourself and tell us why you want to pursue a life in music. Tell us how you intend to use an education at Purchase College to your benefit. You can tell us about skills you already have attained. For instance, maybe you worked on a lot of high school musicals and you know a lot about live sound. And you can tell us what you can do musically or non-musically for the community at Purchase. So say you did learn a lot about live sound doing high school musicals. That's something that could be very useful to your friends in the theater department. Non-musically, maybe you were really good at getting clubs and activities together. That's something you could offer to your peers, helping them organize extracurricular activities. A concluding statement that summarizes your intention. Sign off, sincerely, signature, and you're done. I hope the contents of this video have clarified the application process. You can reach out directly to admissions at Purchase for more information, and you can contact us at the Music and Technology Department for studio program specific information.